Alright, can you guys hear me? Hello, can you guys hear me? What's up, Abdel? I'll take that as a yes, you can. Alright. Woo woo! Wooten in the house. Now just think, Wooten, if somebody ever clicks on this video, they'll know to instinctively go, woo woo! You don't have to thank me for that. Alright, so let's get this going so you guys can go do whatever else you want to do. Alright, because everybody that's here is going to be here and they can always watch the recording. So the first one I'm going to do, we're going to go in order, is campaign finance. So this is 5D, so when you do the test, just so you know, campaign finance goes to 5D. So the first thing it's really going to talk about is, it's really going to put an emphasis on this. I think you guys have a good grasp on this. When we did the Kahoot today, you guys seem to do really well. It's basically that it is expensive. It is like, man, it costs a lot of money to run for election. There will be graphs. I don't know how to say this anymore. Read the graph. It is going to tell you the answer. You guys are really struggling with that. Take your time and just say, what is this graph trying to say to me? Use your tools on the testing website and you can like draw lines or make annotations just like you would on a piece of paper. All right, so there's going to be something you got to pick out during this test. All right, but the main emphasis it's going to put on is just that it keeps getting more and more expensive to try and run for political office. So because it costs so much money, candidates got to do a lot of fundraising. So remember the words like extensive, that's just a fancy way of saying detailed. Conduct is a fancy way of saying to do. So they have to do a lot of fundraising because even if you're rich, you're just not going to have enough money to get elected without doing some fundraising. I don't really care who you are. Even Donald Trump, a billionaire, did fundraising events. And yes, he spent his own money, but he had to do fundraising. Every candidate in the history has had to do some kind of fundraising. So, but because it keeps getting costing more and more, they have to do it more and more as well. Unfortunately, this takes away from them time that they could be spending on actually, doing work, trying to get, put out their message. Because of this, it limits, meaning kind of makes it harder, limits the opportunities for everybody else to run for public office. And this isn't, like just trying to put it out there. It just means like even myself, like I could run for president. Or actually, I couldn't. I'm not 35 yet. But let's say I was the age of 35. And I was born in the United States, been a resident of my state for, 14 or so years or whatever. I could technically run for president in 5 more years. But there is no way I'm going to win. All right? It's probably, I don't want to say that. It's probably very unlikely I am going to win due to the financial gap. Now, if I worked my way up, maybe, I could get more chances. I could fundraise over time and maybe do it that way if I start, trying to go that route now. But it isn't going to be an instant, all of a sudden I can just run for president. Unfortunately, the side effect of this, as you can see, is it gives an advantage to the wealthy. Wealthy is a fancy way of saying rich, or just more academic way of saying rich. They're going to use that word more than rich. They're not going to say rich people. They're going to say wealthy people. Um, let's see what else. Because of this money and candidates needing the money to try and one up, put out another commercial, put out another commercial. This has led to the rise of PACs, otherwise known as political action committees. And their main job is just to raise money, hard for a candidate or a party and just raise that money for them. It's kind of unfortunate that they even need to exist. The idea would be hopefully we would elect our candidates based on their ideas, based on who they are, instead of just who gets more commercials, who can make a better propaganda advertising strategy. So I'm not a huge fan of PACs, but unfortunately they've gained more and more power. And this goes for no matter which party or candidate. There's usually some kind of PAC that is going to be there. Now, it will not be on the test, but I'm going to mention it anyways. Now we have these things called super PACs. So a PAC is going to be over here. There are limitations to how much a PAC can donate. Super PACs, they have no limits whatsoever. And essentially they can just, make it rain all day, making dollar bills fall from the heavens as long as they don't talk to a candidate. Which, as you recall, we watched that little video on in the class, where all the guy has to do is say like, "Ma'am," to a camera crew that's giving him a news conference. I sure wish someone would make a commercial about my opponent doing something really bad. That would sure be helpful at this moment. Now he didn't tell his super PAC what to do directly, but obviously they're going to watch it and they're going to pick up on it and be able to do it. That's the kind of loopholes that the politicians sometimes use, and hopefully, when you guys get old enough and you can put a stop to this, you can get over here to this other word and help reform, start fixing the system, because it definitely needs some fixing. The one other thing that's going to be on the test that is not mentioned here, I'm going to give you some examples. Let's see if you remember it from class. The NRA, the National Rifle Association. PETA, they want to protect animals, people for the ethical treatment of animals. Greenpeace, all about protecting the environment. All these groups could be considered what? What are all those different organizations I just listed an example of? And Miriam, to answer your question, I believe they can do it for each level. It's like 10 grand, 10 grand, 10 grand, 25 grand for national, or I believe 30 grand. But if you want to, I'll show you. Just go to my pages. Oh, no, let's go there. And you go to files. And you're going to go to political party. My PowerPoint that I used in class is right there. Campaign costs, I believe that's the right one. It should have a graph on there you should be able to use. I have my other PowerPoints from earlier in the unit as well. So that way you guys can go ahead and look at them. Special interest group is correct, by the way. 5,000 was, I believe, to a candidate. Dane, I see your post there. I was talking about more to a party, but I know that 5,000 was on my chart as well. Special interest group is right. Yeah, so the NRA, PETA, Greenpeace, all those organizations, they have one goal. NRA, they want to protect gun rights. Boom, that's their issue. PETA, they want to protect animals. That's their issue. Greenpeace, they want to protect the environment. That's their issue. Okay? So we have all these organizations where they're focused solely on one thing, and they're kind of the deal with like, yeah, we'll donate some money to your re-election or to your party or to your candidate as long as you vote this way on this issue. If they don't vote that way on this issue, well, the money stops. They no longer will donate to that candidate. I don't know why you're talking about milk. It's just weird in chat. All right. So campaign finance reform. So reform is going to be a key word. It means to fix. So we are trying to fix this. The reason we're trying to fix it is because of the rising costs. And as Miriam alluded to earlier, there are limits that have been placed. There are ways around this. Unfortunately, like I said, super PACs kind of have broken the system. They've become more prominent recently over the last, a couple elections, like the last two elections have really featured super PACs, but they've been around. Anyways, limits, they're supposed to be like, one person's not supposed to be able to decide it. Like once I give my $1,000 to the candidate, that should be the most I'm allowed to give. Unfortunately, that's just not the case, as we know, because I could give my money to a special interest group that I know is going to give money to the same candidate. So we need to do a better job of fixing these loopholes to make sure they don't happen. All right, so that's the first test, guys. Basically, keep in mind, it's really expensive. Wealthy people have an advantage. The one I see that most people mix up is PACs and special interest groups. PACs, their reason for existing is just to raise money. Think of them as one giant fundraising machine. Special interest groups, their reason to exist is to focus on an issue. And yes, they have money, but they're only going to give that money if you vote for that particular issue. All right, voting 5E, in case you were wondering. So let's go to the first part. Qualifications. My mouse is not cooperating, sorry. I'm not that spastic. Dang. There. So the qualifications to vote, right there on the left. 3 things. So being a citizen of the United States. That doesn't mean you have to be born here. It doesn't mean you have to be naturalized. It could be either one. It is not like one or the other. As long as you're a citizen, you can vote. You have to be a resident. In our case, you have to be a resident of Virginia precinct. What that means is you have established, I live here. So if you move to Maryland, for instance, you could still vote, but you couldn't vote in Virginia elections. Questions on the test, Allison? 10 is correct. 10 per test. So you would be able to vote in Maryland elections then, and you would have to register over at their precinct. And you have to be 18. So how do you register? Now that's wrong. Don't pay attention to that thing. That is old. So I'm not even going to show it to you. Do it like that. So you can register at the registrar's office. You can do it at the DMV. All right. What are the 2 other ways that you can register if this thing is not showing? So you can do it at the registrar's office. You can do it at the DMV. What's the other way? And Merple Fox, I actually do have a Quizlet in this little tab right here that we're going to play together. And I linked it on my useful links. So if you guys want to start getting there so you can be ready to go. And click on it right there just so you can see. That's what will come up. So again, it's under useful links, just like there's where you clicked on for the YouTube. I put it right there. You click on it. And then you can do flashcards right there in practice. Now it's going to have some of the Electoral College in it, just so we're clear. So if you don't understand it all the way, don't freak out. It might be on the thing we're getting ready to learn. Only voting and only campaign finance stuff will be on the test. But I'll go through that with you before we start. So Linda, good question. Actually, who was it that just voted on this? I want to say it was actually Maryland. So on state elections, they can control. So for instance, let's just say you're voting on a state senator. We haven't gotten into the separation between national, state, and local, but in Virginia, for instance, I don't know if you remember, we mentioned Virginia's Congress, I guess you could say, is called the General Assembly. So I think it was Maryland, but I could be wrong. But some state just passed a law saying that 16-year-olds could vote in state elections. 18 is because it's considered nationally, that's when you start getting charged as an adult. So if you commit a crime, instead of going to juvenile court, you're going to go to, court just like anybody else. But that's to answer your question. I see. So back to my earlier one, online and by mail. Very good. So the 4 ways to do it, just to reiterate, is at the registrar's office, at the Division of Motor Vehicles, by mail, and online. So let me ask you another question. Can you email your registration? So could I just type up an email saying like, hey, political organization, or not political organization, FEC, Federal Elections Commission, that's who's in charge of all elections. Just send them an email, type in their email address, say, hey, I'm registering. Am I good to go? No, I can't do it. Just like if you were signing up for Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, whatever, you have to go to their website. You would have to go to the government's website, and this one, for, Prince William County government website, and you would register to vote there. So you actually have to go to the website. You can't just do it through email. Does that make sense? Just like you were signing up for any other website services, if you want to register to vote, in Prince William County, you have to do it through the Prince William County government website. Okay? I'm probably saying that for, no reason at all, making sure I'm clear on that for absolutely no reason. Anyways, moving on. Factors in predicting who's going to vote. Education, age, income. All right. So, which one do we want? Do we want more education, more age, more income, or less education, less age, less income? Which one is more likely to vote? Which way? More is correct. I saw somebody else mention Quizlet Live. I have no clue how to do Quizlet Live. So, I tell you what, if somebody wants to type it in there and they've done it, I will gladly try it with you guys. I've never done Quizlet Live. So, we can learn together. Why people fail to vote, or citizens fail to vote: lack of interest, they don't care, they just don't think it matters, or they fail to register. How many days prior must you register in Virginia? Again, don't pay attention to what's on this sheet. How many days prior? 22 is correct. Why does income predict who is more likely to vote? Again, you could vote even if you make no money. If you're dead broke, you're allowed to vote as long as you've registered to vote. The facts, the statistics just show people who tend to have more money tend to vote more. The reason being is, I could just give you a real example. Say you're a single parent working 2 jobs to feed their kids, or you're a millionaire. Well, a millionaire, you can just decide, I'm going to go vote today. I don't need to go to work. The mom who's working 2 jobs just to feed her family, she don't have that luxury. She may get fired, or she might not be able to actually afford the groceries to feed her family if she decides to take that time off to go vote. So, I mean, I'm viewing very drastic examples there, guys, but you can kind of see what I'm going for is that some people, just maybe they don't think they can take that time off work, or maybe they don't have that day off, or there's a couple of different reasons. Maybe they don't want to deal with waiting in line at the end of it, that long day, that long shift at work. Yeah, Mr. Lawrence isn't here, so I kind of can't ask him. So, yeah. Alright, so back to this. And the percentage of voters who usually vote in presidential elections is much greater or higher than uh, any other election. So remember, every 2 years we're going to have an election. Now, for instance, we just had an election last week or a week and a half ago, something like that. Yeah, it was last week. That's what it was. And there was no presidential election there. We just had a state election. So odds are when they do all the stats, it'll be less people voted than when we voted in 2016 for president. Now we're voting for other things besides president. It just tends to be more people turn out and actually vote when there's a president up for election as well. Yes, the Northam guy won. All right, um, so anyways, like I said, if you go to my useful links right here, SOL5DF Voting Campaign Finance Electoral College, uh, there's a Quizlet set up for you. Would I have to have an account to do it, you think? Oh, Quizlet Live. You guys can practice there. Pick any set to start Quizlet Live. Oh, I gotta make an account. Alright, I wish there was a way I could freeze this without losing my, my thing. You know what? I'll make it on my phone. That's what I'll do. So I will not be able to see your comments for a second. Please don't be disrespectful. Chase, Brianna, depending on you. Don't let people be dumb. Right, making an account, guys, right now so we can do this. I think I can do this. My account name is taken. I'll just make it my YouTube one. Okay. So let's see. Let me log in here. Nope. Oh. I just did this. Well, that's annoying. No, we can't do Kahoot because there's too much lag time. We can't do that. Maybe I will mess with it 1 second. So I'll tell you what, guys. If you want to stick around, I just don't like having my personal information up there. and stuff while I do this with you guys. So let me anyways, I'm gonna set this up and I will be right back. I'm gonna turn off the stream, but I'll be back by what time is it? 7:56. I'll be back by 8 o'clock if you guys want to do Quizlet together, okay? So it's gonna turn off for about 4 minutes. And I'm back. All right, so the code's up there. I see Dane's in. Come on, you guys asked me to do it. Worst case, if we don't have enough people join, the basic one is on, I already showed you guys where to go. You can get it from there, which is on my school page, so you can just practice on your own. Oh, Heba's in. Let's see, two more. What's up, Idris? 3. We need one more. Alright, there we go. Alright, I'm gonna assume nobody else is coming. If you are, type in chat really quick. Oh wow, Allison, Marina got in. Anybody else? Oh, Brianna's coming, alright. So again, I've never done this before. So if I do something stupid, I'm sorry. It is me after all. As a reminder, first and second period, I will not be there in the morning. Make sure you're studying on your own. I left instructions for the stub to get the sub to give you study time. I will check in. I'll be at a meeting, so I will be there in the afternoon. Um, do what you're supposed to, okay? All right, Brianna, we're waiting. I don't know who your sub is. All right, Brianna, it's 8:02. I'm giving you till 8:04, and then we're starting. Just play. All right, here we go. The Rhinos and the Pandas. Are the teams fair? I mean, this team has Alicia, so they have a handicap. But, you know, I guess it'll be okay. Oh no, Marina, you disconnected. Oh no. But it says you're there. Alright, we're gonna start it. 2 against 3. You guys can do it. Oh, so all I see. Is this all I get to see? Is this it? Well, you guys can still join. I think it'll put you in teams, right? Do it, Idris. Oh, somebody missed one. Is this all I get to see? Who's gonna... I get to 12 first? So Chase, since you're not in here, is this how it's supposed to look? Do I not get to see the actual questions? Oh, Panda's out to a rocking start. With 1 correct. Oh, does it? I think I remember now being told about this. So if someone gets it wrong, it makes them start over, right? Uh-oh, Pandas are pulling ahead. Yeah, I think it would be better with more people. I'm definitely making one of these now that I know this is what it is. I'm doing this for each one from now on. We will do it. We will have a Quizlet live. I could just watch the little bar going up and down. Here, we can practice graph reading. Here, guys, you can see that this bar has 3, and it is clearly more than 0. Now it's up to 4. It just increased. See? 4 is higher than 3. Increase. This number is higher than this number. Who's my giraffes? We need to do a pep talk, giraffes. We need to do a pep talk.
Laws written to limit how much.
Figure while they're going, I'm going to put up some flip cards here. So you can timestamp this as being like 8:05. So maybe if you're going to school or something or on the bus and you want to study, you can watch this really quick, basically at the time, timeout where the video is. It'll be like having a quick set of flashcards. And you can pause the video, and that way you'll have flashcards. Be SMRT. Alright, so this will not be on the test. That won't be on it. 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 Okay, so all that stuff will be on the next test. Nice work. Uh-oh. Why is it no? Oh no! The pandas went back to 0. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh. Oh no. Let's see. Let's see if I can join in here really quick and help a team to victory. Oh no, it won't let me in. Alright. I'm gonna end the suffering here. This is painful. Alright, we're gonna do term and definition. We'll fix it around. I don't want to do that. Create the game. I don't want to do that. Fine, I'll go back and do it this way. Alright. So that was a little rough, people. A little rough. Oh, you know what we should do? Do all of you versus me. And let's see how we do. I like that. I like that a lot. Everyone versus teacher. So I have the advantage of teaching you this stuff, and you have the advantage of having way more people than me. I like it. Yeah, I gotta rejoin. Let's try this again. Alright, this is the last thing, because then I'm gonna go lay down, go to sleep. Alright, I see 5 names. Are we ready? Uh-oh, uh-oh. Big guns coming in. Adris and Josh and someone named Nian. 9. That's fine. That's fine. I'll take you all on. Oh, even Woo Woo in here. Alright. Hold on. Let's see. I want... Oh, they make them even on purpose? I can't shift it? Well, that's just lame. Oh. Alright. Let's shuffle them again. I'll take it. I'll take it. Adris, Dane, don't let me down here. We can take them. Okay. Alright, let's see. Oh shoot! Oh no! 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 Yeah. Oh, I accidentally left the game. Okay. Okay. We're the Puffins. Numbers. This is an electoral college question. Adris! No! Let's do this. Alright, hold on, hold on. I don't have it. Dane or Idris, let's go. I believe in you, Dane or Idris. They're winning, though. Guys, we can't lose to them. Good job, Idris. I got it. I got it. I got it. What? That's bogus. I'm gonna have to talk with Mr. Smith. I didn't like how that one's written. There. I don't got this one. Oh, wait. No, wait. Yeah, wait. I'm really bad at this. Hey, I got one. I got two. Oh, this one's gonna be pack or special interest. Pack or special interest. Does anybody have pack over there? Does anybody have pack? Dang, Idris, do you have pack? I'm looking at the chat. They messed up. They gave us away. Do anybody have pack? If it's not, special interest group. I just don't want to risk it. I've already screwed up too many times. Idris! Idris! Idris, they tied us. I'm going for it. Don't get mad at me. Hey! Predicting factors. Come on, Idris. There we go. 270. Hey, there we go. Look at that. Look at Idris and Dane. It's not me. It's one of you two. Don't choke. I'm going to go with something about rising campaign costs. Idris or Dane? Idris or Dane? Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. Go back and check now. Good job, Dane. Good job. Two-party system. Something about how our system, our country system. I hate not being able to see what you guys have. I can see why you guys would enjoy this. But they're catching up to us, so like I need you guys to step up your game. Oh gosh, no. Idris. Idris. Or Dane. Idris, you didn't leave us, did you? Type in the chat so I know. Idris. Idris is sabotaging us. I want to know how much the frogs paid Idris. That's what I want to know. How much did they pay Idris? Idris. Oh, oh, he's back. He's back. That would be winner take all for this one. What? Oh, you had two of them. Hey, the frogs choke. Take your time, guys. Take your time. We got this. We got this. Frogs, let the pressure get to them. Mm, I think that's going to be Dane there for congressional representation. I think. I don't know what Idris has. I don't have it. Oh, yeah, it's got to be that one. I think Idris is done. Dane, it's on you. Because I have one and you have two. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Booyah! Look at that. Had it all along. Had it all along. Those are my mistakes at the beginning, by the way. I totally screwed up our team. All right. Yeah, I messed up these. We're just going to scroll past them. Anyways, I like that. That was actually kind of fun. So, yeah, I'm going to delete some of this stuff, but you guys have a good night. Study, test tomorrow. Good luck. Um, and anybody have any questions for me? No, not doing it again. I thought Idris died for a little bit, though. All right. Good luck, guys. I'll see you. I'll be there in the afternoon, so I'll see y'all in the afternoon that I have in the afternoon. Bye. Oh, work on your glossary when y'all finish.